There's no shortcut to immortality. Legends earn their place in history. One fight at a time. Competition is their crucible. Glory, their reward. Gaining strength from every victory. Drawing wisdom out of every defeat. No destiny is written, but who will stand up to the test? Only one will become legendary.
작년에 실패를 이미 맛봤기 때문에 저는 이번에 온 기회가 매우 소중하다고 생각하고 이번에 소중한 기회를 절대 쉽게 놓치지 않을 거예요.
上次世界赛我们是在台湾打的，那次没有打得很好，那希望这次可以在欧洲拿到世界冠军。
We can showcase that we are a strong team. The European steamroll that we had was not only a fluke.
I want them to see CLG as a team that should be feared.
The faithful shall be rewarded. We are the ones to ignite the darkened skies.
Pain is the strongest wild card ever be in a world championship.
누구를 부르게 만들게 한다보다는 제가 안 울었으면 좋겠어요.
带着舞龙八部拿着卫生的世界杯，我们恭喜老半天！
Coming from a small country where nobody knew me, to be here right now, it's like a dream come true.
I had no dream of going to Worlds once we were, in 9th place. So actually making it is just like a dream come true.
This is our time to show if we can really compete with the best.
좋은 팀을 만나서 다시 오게 돼서 기쁘고요.
사람들이 인정하는 위드가 되고 싶은 마음은 있어요.
멋있는 동영상 하나 만들었잖아요. 베커랑 할 때. 뭐 이번에는 죽이는 쪽으로 동영상 만들고 싶어요.
I feel like we have a chance there. It's hard, but it's not impossible. It's like what I used to say. It's not gonna be as you think it's gonna be.
所以这次的机会是非常难得，而且也是这次我想要好好表现，让全世界都看到我们。
SKT 아니면 저희가 우승할 것 같아요.
지난번 MSI 때 저희가 이디즈한테 패배했었는데 그렇기 때문에 더 만나고 싶었던 것도 있는 것 같아요.
이번에는 테이크 선수랑 이준 선수만 견제해야 될 게 아니라 모든 선수 견제해야 될 것 같아요.
We are the ones to ignite the darkened skies. The champions of the world that we defy. A solar ray of the few who rise up high. And we all fight at the last race.
Thai Assassins are the Season 2 World Champions! SK Telecom will be the Season 3 World Champions!
And Samsung White are the 2014 World Champions!
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to opening day of the 2015 League of Legends World Championship. You're getting a look at the packed house from Ladakh Coleman in Paris, France, which will play host to our first 2 weeks of action. Now, Fnatic fans lined up outside earlier in the day to see the hometown favorites in action. A lot of energy in that crowd. And of course, we've got some cosplayers joining us to enjoy the day. Project Leona, Pulsefire Ezreal. We've got a Diana in the audience as well as Officer Vi. Here they are, though, Fnatic and their coach Daylor getting ready for the first game of the day, against Invictus Gaming. International wildcard Pain Gaming from Brazil warming up for their match later in the day. And finally, mid-season invitational champions Edward Gaming looking to start strong on the international stage. Now, each team is here to fight for one thing, the Summoners Cup. And of course, since January, teams from all around the world have fought for a chance to compete on the international stage and a shot at glory. Now, the best 16 teams have descended on the City of Lights to continue their quest. Hello, everyone. I'm James Dash Patterson. It's great to have you with us as we kick off this month-long event to crown our world champions. We'll be sending it out to the venue to kick off the opening ceremony in just a few minutes. But first, let's introduce our fully stacked analyst desk. From the North American LCS Team Renegades, Alberto Crumbs Rengifo, then OGN shoutcaster, Korean expert, Christopher Monte Cristo Michaels. Sorry, I forgot to let you say hello back. I was just firing through it all. So hello first,
well,
Crumbs.
I'm here to represent, and a 50% chance at least. Got to hold it down.
There it is. And Monte Cristo here, of course.
Yeah, it's wonderful to be back. Also repping the Renegades. So we got a 50% Renegades desk going.
Renegade stack desk here. And finally, from the European LCS's Team Rocket, coach Jacob Yamato Cannon Mebdi. And of course, this wouldn't be a World's Desk without Doublelift on the analyst desk. So don't worry, we've got you covered. Now, we'll be hearing more from these guys in a bit. But first, we want to introduce the rest of the team standing by at the telestrator. We have Aiden Zyrene Moon from the North American LCS, who will be with us throughout the day, as well as joining us on the analyst desk throughout the tournament. If we continue around the horn, introducing the rest of the caster crew, we've got holding down the fort in the interview lounge to get the inside story straight from the pros, as well as providing top-tier analysis, as Efia Shaks de Portera. And Kobe and Crepo will be along a little later to make the big calls in the second half of our day. And here you're getting a look at Jat Deficio and Quickshot over in the caster booth warming up. They'll be bringing you the play-by-play for our first 3 games today. In addition to our own crack squad of casters, the action from Worlds will be beamed out around the globe in 20 unique languages with crews from China, Brazil, Turkey, Korea's OGN, as well as French broadcasters O Gaming, who will be taking center stage and helming the in-house cast. Right now, we're going to hand it off to our frère français Chips et Noir to meet the combatants of our 2015 World Championship.
S'il vous plaît, pour la cérémonie d'ouverture, faites un maximum de bruit pour ces équipes qui viennent des 4 coins du monde. Pour, s'il vous plaît, les représentants de la Ligue nord-américaine, gagnant des Regional Qualifiers. S'il vous plaît, du bruit pour le 3e seed, du bruit pour les Cloud9.
Now our first team from North America, Cloud9. Bit of a Cinderella story here. In 9th place, as we heard in the opening trailer from Lemonation. Didn't even expect to be at Worlds this year.
This is where that Cinderella story is probably going to end, though. Realistically, it's an entirely different stage this time around.
Sad but true, sad but true. They've been here before, though, so perhaps experience can help them out a little bit on the international stage.
Et maintenant, l'équipe légendaire et la plus populaire d'Amérique du Nord, la seule à avoir disputé les 5 championnats du monde, Team Solomid!
All eyes on Bjergsen here in this event, in my opinion. This team has, been consistently criticized as the team that is focused around the mid lane, and this is a stacked tournament when it comes to mid laners.
Yeah, and I mean, I don't think it's a fault to really focus on your strengths, but they are going to have an otherworldly performance to really crack this extremely difficult group.
I'm really excited to see what they bring because of all the teams that have scrimmed against TSM and keep saying these guys are good.
Les gagnants du Summer Split, le site 1 de la région nord-américaine, s'il vous plaît, tapez du pied pour les Counter Logic Gaming!
Now, I know this team was outspoken after winning at MSG that they wanted to put up the best possible showing here on the international stage. So you know that their minds are focused. They're set on performing well. We'll see if they can execute.
High expectations are harder to follow.
It's absolutely true. Hopefully that's not in the back of their minds, though.
At least they have Xmithy now, so they can really show it all and be glad with their performance, whatever it is, because they know that they didn't play the set.
Les 3 équipes d'Amérique du Nord, s'il vous plaît. Cloud9, TSM, Counter Logic Gaming, qui viennent de l'autre côté fantastique pour tenter d'arracher la Coupe de l'Invocateur et la victoire finale. Du bruit s'il vous plaît encore Paris.
There they are, 3 representatives from North America. We'll see if they can do us proud over here in the States.
I think CLG will make it to the quarterfinals. I mean, with their group draw, it does seem that they're a pretty big favorite coming into this.
There you have it, a little optimism from Monte Cristo on the desk.
Just a little realism, you know, that's the difference.
Pro League, la LPL, la Chine avec le 3e seed, les quarts de finaliste des Worlds saison 2, Invictus Gaming!
Whenever I take a look at the roster of IG, I just have no idea what to expect. That is what I like about them both.
Well, what's funny too is in our prep for this entire event, Spawn felt the same way. As a caster of China, never certain what this team is going to pull out, and that could be an advantage here coming into the tournament with a few weeks in the dark here as the patches have changed. Maybe they'll pull something out that no one's seen before.
Well, if this team miraculously...
Et maintenant, pour leur seconde apparition Worlds, les gagnants du Mid-Season Invitational, Edward Gaming!
A lot of eyes on this team as they won the most recent international tournament at MSI, defeating SKT as well, but in a hard-fought 5-game series.
Yeah, and I really am looking at Amazing J. They've taken him and are using him as the starting top laner, at least at the beginning of this tournament. And can he step up in a very top lane stacked event?
Et désormais, le site numéro 1 de la Chine, les champions du Summer Split de la LPL, l'équipe qui a fait tomber Edward Gaming, LQD Gaming!
You know, LGD came out of that really fantastic end of the season LPL playoff run. They looked very strong, and especially Imp with just an insane performance going through the bracket stage over in China. So he's going to have to really hard carry here again, but a very dangerous team.
I think the important thing about these 3 teams is that throughout the LPL, the competition amongst these 3 is super close.
Voilà, LGD Gaming, et on applaudit encore une fois toutes ces équipes représentants de la LPL, s'il vous plaît.
Our 3 representatives from China. You know, when you look at the top tournament, or teams in the tournament rather, a lot of people have been pointing to this region being the strongest or deepest region of them all coming into the tournament, at least on paper.
I would have to agree. Definitely, like overall, I think China is definitely the strongest region.
Et maintenant, les représentants des Master Series de League of Legends, les gagnants des finales régionales de la LMS 2015, les Flash Wolves!
Flash Wolves, a lot of people, we don't really know what to think about this team right now. We haven't seen LMS in so long that they may have some surprises on these new patches, and it's very difficult to scout these teams just because of the duration of time since their playoffs.
I mean, remember, the Stake has been in Worlds 3 times already, and the first time on Gamma Bears, was it 3 times? Well, when he was on Gamma Bears, he actually brought out a new pick of the Shyvana top, so this team is good at innovating picks that others haven't seen.
Et désormais, pour leur seconde participation consécutive au championnat du monde, AHQ Esports Club!
AHQ, a team that had a pretty impressive showing last year at Worlds. As an organization, of course, every time we see AHQ on the international stage, people point to that mid lane.
Definitely all the eyes on Wester, especially with the changes in mid lane. The Assassins are heavily favored right now.
And Ziv, of course, we have to talk about him because he was the MVP of that season, this last summer season. So he's got a big role to fill in a top lane meta.
I was going to say, you talked about the importance of the top lane. You're definitely going to have to look at him as well as Westor.
Nous allons passer maintenant aux autres équipes. Il en reste encore tellement. Nous avons tellement de chance d'accueillir tout le monde, s'il vous plaît, pour les équipes de la LMS qui maintenant vont aller se préparer pour leur prochain match de la journée. S'il vous plaît, Paris.
What I love about LMS is since they consolidated into their own region right now, it really has helped level up a lot of the teams involved. So they're much more competitive than they were last year, and it's really done, I think, that entire region a world of good.
Et les représentants en tant que wildcard venant du circuit de League of Legends brésilien, 2 fois champion du Brésil, s'il vous plaît, les Pan Gaming!
There you have it. probably arguably the stronger of the two wildcard teams in this tournament, fighting for the pride of Brazil here.
A team that you do not want to underestimate. Even though Group A is arguably the easiest group out of all of them, you still want to take every game as seriously as possible because being so close, one loss to anybody will cost you getting out of groups.
Well, it's definitely an argument for this team. The fact that they are in Group A gives them the best opportunity to surprise someone and find their way out of it.
Et le deuxième représentant issu des wildcards venant de la Thaïlande pour la première fois participant à ces championnats du monde, les Bangkok Titans.
This is the team that might have a bit harder of a time getting through groups as they found themselves going up against the likes of EDG and SKT.
I mean, they got dumped in probably the hardest group to actually get out of here, and not only that, but you just look at their play style, they're probably the weakest team in this tournament. So, I mean, it would be an amazing upset, but I don't think it's going to happen.
Pour qu'elle puisse créer la surprise dans ces Worlds et venir détrôner des géants, s'il vous plaît. Des applaudissements pour les Wildcards. Et maintenant, représentant la Corée, les gagnants des LCK Regional Qualifier 2015, les KT Rolster!
Oh, KT. This is a team that really is a big threat in this tough Group D, but that said, sometimes they can drop games in very silly ways. If you give them a best-of series, I have a lot of faith in them. But best of one, this is a team that could definitely get upset here. I still think they're going to make it out. For me, Sunday's the best top laner in the world. He's the guy to watch on this team.
Pour leur première fois aux Worlds, le site 2 coréen, les KOO Tigers.
I don't think KOO Tigers is not a team you should underestimate. They've been in the past innovators, and this massive patch coming into Worlds is a perfect patch for them, I feel.
Yeah, they are definitely going to have tricks up their sleeves. My question is, do they even have to use them in this group before the quarterfinals? Because I think they'll just breeze through Group A.
Et désormais, l'équipe la plus titrée de Corée, les champions en titre de la LCK, SK Unicorn T1!
Returning to the stage, your 2013 World Champions, SK Telecom, they have to be out for blood, especially considering their performance at MSI. I'm sure they want to come back and take that title back to Korea.
Dash, I can tell you from being around the team, they are mad.
I'm cheering for Bengi and Faker, you know, it'd be two-time world champions if they win this. And everybody mentions, Faker, can he win it again? Well, come on, the guy that's helping him out is Bengi this entire time. He's the guy he's the one in the back helping the strings, pulling everything together.
I have to add, even though I think China is the strongest region as a whole, I think SKT is the favorite coming into this.
I think I agree with that, but there has been some dissension. People taking EDG or LGD, of course. It's going to be a much closer tournament, I think, at the top end this year than it has been in the last two.
Et représentant la scène européenne, ceux que vous attendez tous pour leur première fois Worlds en tant que gagnant des Regional Qualifiers européennes, les Origins!
A couple very experienced players on this team, as well as some new ones. Neil's coming in as a rookie into the World Championship here. So a pretty imbalanced team in that regard.
I want to see how crazy the fans go for these because all three European teams have French players. This is going to be, and we know the French crowds can be very passionate.
désormais pour leur grand début sur la scène internationale, le deuxième seed de l'Europe, H2K!
You know, we spoke about SK not too long ago. I'm looking at Ryu here on this team. Yeah, I feel like, you know, when you hear H2K coming to the world stage and I think of SK and they're in the same group, you know, this is going to be a pretty fantastic showdown.
It's definitely fun for me to see again, especially since Ryu on the KT Bullets played that best of 5 against SKT, which is still my favorite best of 5 of all time in the history of this game. So I just want to see it more of that.
Et le moment de vérité, gagnant des Worlds en 2011, 4e participation aux Worlds, les champions du split et du Super Split 2015, veuillez accueillir Fnatic!
I have to say, Fnatic.
That's all right. There's just a lot of support, as you can see, but go for it.
I have to say, Fnatic, like, ever since Season 3 Worlds, I feel this is the best Western team we've had ever since Season 3 Worlds.
I would say ever since Season 2 Worlds, when we, like Moscow 5 came in, I think, as a major favorite in that tournament. This is a team that I think can make a deep run legitimately. Love their shoes.
Oh,
they always look great. Love the fashion sense.
I mean, you got to say, all the teams that come in with new outfits and different designs, it's a good feeling. You know, the psychological aspect, it's a fresh new look, it's a fresh feeling into a very important tournament, and I think it helps them out.
Et voilà, toutes les équipes maintenant vous ont été présentées. Tous les prétendants au titre de champion du monde 2015. Il n'en restera qu'un à la fin, Chips. Que de hype!
Et quelle attente, ils sont à domicile. Ils sont à domicile, ces Européens, et bien entendu, ils auront besoin de votre soutien dans les matchs à venir et dans leur bataille pour tenter de sortir de ces phases de poule